Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Florime Milindaga, and I am your discussant for the Chapter 8, The Leader Manager as a Creator of Teaching and Learning Culture. Learning Outcomes. Discuss about leaders or teachers, the truth about leadership, the leadership engine, and the cycle of leadership. Also, broaden the meaning of leadership. Leaders are teachers. Unlock the teaching potential of your company's best and brightest, according to Edward Betoff. 6K business benefits of using the leaders as a teacher approach, which include number 1, helps drive business results. 2, stimulates the learning and development of leaders and associates. 3, improves the leadership skills of those who teach. Number 4, strengthens the educational culture and communications. 5, promotes positive business and organizational change. And lastly, reduce cost of leveraging top talent. A role of every leader, dozens of ways leaders can teach is organized around the 5 categories or approaches by which leaders teach, coach, and contribute to learning and training programs, and more broadly to organizational learning. More than 50 specific leader teacher methods are described. These methods are grouped and presented thematically in 5 broad categories. Number 1, identification of learning needs and design of learning solutions and programs. 2, live teaching. 3, teaching through the use of media and technology. 4, program and post-program teaching and coaching to help ensure application and impact of learning. 5, recruiting, training, coaching, and mentoring leader teachers. Okay. Why leaders want to teach and come back for? Integrated motivational model that reveals how to tap the energy, talent, and deeply embedded life interests that can be found in all organizations to drive your efforts to introduce a leaders as teachers approach. Defying gravity, orchestrating a leaders as teachers change process. The importance of senior leader and the high influencer involvement, not just support and emphasize. Examples from BD's experience support the principles and serve as model for implementation in your organization. Help your leaders be stars. The 4 principles for recruiting and preparing leaders to teach. Organized around 4 overarching principles of truth about leader teacher. Recruitment and preparation. These chapters emphasize the importance of number 1, matching leaders' background, expertise, responsibilities, and teaching interest with program content and teaching assignments. Number 2, teaching confidence based on preparation, teaching readiness and using active teaching and training methods and program design. Make learning content come alive, helping leaders spark active learning experiences. Learning content, structure, and approach are essential to helping leaders spark an active and meaningful learning experience. A baker's dozen of active learning methods for leaders as teachers is offered. These multi-purpose teaching and facilitation methods can be adapted and used for many content areas and programs that are applicable for many cultural settings around the world. To help you design your program, the 3-level program design model is offered and a case example is provided. This model is practical framework for actively involving programs participants in their own learning. The model can also be used to increase learning retention and encourage follow through the application by the learner. Marine Boot Camp, answering the 9K question to ensure successful operations. Every successful program needs to be a solid administrative and operational framework and infrastructure mechanism and processes to efficiently support as a leaders as teachers approach. This chapter 8 helps you create a hassle-free administrative environment by exploring these topics. How does governance affect the leaders as teachers process? What role do learning professionals play in the success of the leaders as teacher approach? How are logistics of programs best handled? Why is advanced and reliable scheduling important? Why is it important to contract with leaders, teachers for the wrapping and getting started? The capstone of the chapter 9 is the implementation of entitled Your 12-Month Road Implementing the Leaders as Teacher Approach in Your Organization. Okay, the best leaders are the best learners. The truth about leadership, the no fads, fact of the matter facts you need to know. 10 truth about leadership. So the truth number 1, you make a difference. Now, truth number 2, credibility is the foundation of leadership. Number 3, the truth 3 is the values drive commitment. Number 4, focusing on the future set leaders apart. Number 5, you can't do it alone. So, the leaders can't do it alone without their, their members. So, number 6, trust rules. So, you need to trust every rules in every member. Number 7, challenge is a crucible for greatness. Number 8, you either lead by example or don't lead at all. Truth 9, the best leaders are the best learners. And lastly, leadership is an affair of heart. Truth 1, you make difference. So the first truth is you make difference. It is the most fundamental truth of all. Before you can lead, you have to believe that you can have a positive impact on others. You have to believe in yourself that where it is begins leadership begins with you when you believe you can make difference. Truth to credibility is the foundation of leadership. You can believe but you have to believe in others too. What does it take for others to believe in you? For short answer, credibility. We've said it many times, we need to say it again, especially in the times when people have become cynical and their leader and institutions. If people don't believe in you, they won't willingly follow in you. The third is values drive commitment. So people want to know what you stand for and believe in. They want to know what you value. The leaders need to know what others value if they're going to be able to forget alignments between personal values and organizational demands. Number 4, focusing on the future set leaders apart. So the capacity to imagine the articulates exciting future possibilities is a defining competence of leaders. You have to take long-term perspective, gain insight from reviewing your past, and develop outside by looking around. Number 5, you can't do it alone. So, no leader can ever get anything extraordinary done without the talent and support of others. Leadership is a team sport, and you need to engage others in a cause. What strengthens and sustains the relationship between the leader and the constituent is that leaders with obsessed with what is the best for others and what is the best for themselves. So number six, the trust rules. In 2009 international study, the majority of people said that they would trust a stranger more than they trust their boss. So think about what is finding means if you are leader or manager. It means that there is a good chance that the people you lead are less likely to trust you than to trust someone they simply walk by the way to work. Truth number seven is the challenge is a crucible for greatness. So exemplary leaders, the kind of leaders people want to know to follow, are associated with changing the status quo. Great achievements don't happen when you keep things the same. Change invariably involves things the same. Change, challenge and challenge test you. It introduces you to yourself. It brings you to face with your level of commitment, your grittiness, and your values. It reveals your mindset about change. Truth number eight: you either lead by example or you don't lead at all. Okay, just Virtuoso Dizzy Gillespie once said that trumpet is lying in the case every day, waiting for me. In the same sense, leadership is waiting for you every day. It's waiting for you to take action. It's waiting for you to show others what you mean, what you say. It's waiting for you to demonstrate what you know how to people moving. In final analysis, leadership is about playing the instrument called you. But when you perform, you have to make sure that you play in tune. Your audience won't upload dissonance notes. Okay. Truth number nine about leadership: the best leaders are the best learners. So the potential to lead exists in you if you apply your head and your heart and your courage, you can learn to lead. Truth number nine is the best leaders are the best learners. So you have to believe that you and others can learn to lead, and you have to become a better leader tomorrow than you are today. So leaders are constant improvement fanatics, and learning is the master skills of leadership. So learning, however, takes time and attention, practice, and feedback along with the good coaching. It also takes willingness on your part to ask for support. Okay, the lastly is the truth number 10, which is the leadership is an affair of the heart. So when you hear sportscasters talk about athletics who dig deep and make that extra effort that wins the match of the medal, they say he had a lot of heart. Okay. When you read news about someone who dedicated herself to something challenges, they often report it took a lot of heart. So when you hear a story about someone who kept going despite of all the odds and a lot of people that would given up, and it took a lot of heart to do what she did, but you rarely, if ever, hear that said about leaders and managers. Why is that? So okay, so let's move on to the leadership and teachable point of view. The leadership engine. So the engine that drives accomplishments. So to succeed in life, become a leader and help others become leaders too. Leadership drives accomplishment and builds winning companies. So leaders is winning organization, teach others. They possess develop throughout the philosophies and worldwide views that enable to them to instruct future leaders. Such leaders create organizational that are leadership engines where they help develop the next generation of leaders. So anyone can lead. So leadership abides in everyone. The ability to lead is not reserved only for the favored few of the executive suite. Winning companies cultivate leaders at all levels of organization. These firms demonstrate sustained excellence in the marketplace. So they recognize the pace of change demands, anticipating new developments and reacting quickly. When grooming tomorrow's leaders, you are establishing your place amid bright people. When an army of mini CEOs positioned to make good calls and execute them well, to be a leader and to develop other leaders, you must have this asset. So what is the asset? Ideas. So you know what it takes for business to succeed and what you must be done to get there. So number two, values. You prioritize what matters and know what ethics to instill in your company culture. So next, energy. You have enthusiasm and drive and inspire others. Edge. You make tough decisions, take risks, and help co-workers follow suit. And lastly, stories. You tell tales about your experiences and how you reflect them to your showcase your values and beliefs. So, leading through change. For business to thrive, they must weather transitions. Change is inevitable. What matters how your company respond. If you don't lead in times of flux, you leave your firm's survival to chance. You must help your coworkers see reality. It inspire them to react properly. This can be challenging because people often perceive that what they want to see and tend to resist change. Overcoming such resistance requires leaders to communicate their ideas clearly, be brave enough to risk the future, on those ideas that put their ideas into active practice. Leaders who do this stay on top of change and bring about change themselves. Leaders function in their companies, technical, political, or cultural systems. The technical system mobilize a company's asset. The political system establishes recognition and rewards. The cultural system decides the organization larger beliefs. Former General Electric CEO Jack Welch, a perfect example of a great leader, influenced all three systems at GE. He introduced the concept of boundarylessness to encourage employees to work on change and to seek innovation from outside any previously cited job limits. Limits Okay. To develop a teachable point of view, the cycle of leadership, how great teacher can teach their companies to win. Okay. Employee development, the key to developing tomorrow's talent today. So we need to communicate and help others. Next, the set of stage for success. Okay. Number one, design. Next is the competency model, andragogy, generation, generational impact, MBTI. Process design, needs assessment, organizational analysis, person analysis. Okay, why it's important? Who needs it? So, next, competency model. So, competency model needs knowledge, skills, attitudes, behavior, personality, and characteristics. So, adulting learning theory. According to Malcolm Knowles, adult learning theory, adults need to know what they're learning something. Adults have need to be self-directed. They may bring work-related experience into learning environment. They enter into learning environment with a problem-centered approach in learning. What is the issue of a problem at hand and how we work together to fix. Adults are also motivated to learn by both intrinsic and extrinsic motivators. The generational needs of every team member. So, the Generation X, the Boomers, and the Millennials. So, to become successful in business, we have to gather some information from Boomers, Millennials. So, which Millennials is they uh, they know about the trending. So, we as a millennial, so we yung alam mo yung yung anong bago ngayon or anong mga mas magandang trend na ipalabas. So the Generation X, so which is the yung mga adults, so need natin ng mm, ng payo galing sa Generation X. Understanding the different personality types of learning styles on your team. So when teachers and students understand the difference in their teaching styles and learning styles, communication and therefore learning is enhanced according to Isabel Briggs Myers, lecture and PowerPoint presentations, interactive learning, and web-based training. So, to become in your team, you have to lecture and PowerPoint presentation to present what is your knowledge about that project. Interactive learning, try to communicate others and how to makipaghablubilo sa ibang tao para may alam ka sa gagawin yung project. And web-based training, so paghanap ng mga trainings or seminars na angkop sa inyong project na makakatulong sa pag-success. Okay, a teachable point of view. Internalize your tacit knowledge. Draw lesson from your experience. Invest in your team. Teach them new ways to see the world. Balance confidence and humility. And be expert collaborator. So, you need this personality. Invest in your team. Balance. So, you need to balance your work and your family. So, you need to draw lessons from your experience. Next, the ultimate metric. So, you won't remember when you retire what you did in the first quarter of. In the third, and what you remember is how many people you develop, how many people you help have better career because of your interest and dedication to their development. When you're confused as to how you're doing as a leader, find out how the people when you lead are doing. You know the answer. So according to Larry Bossidy, former CEO of Honeywell and a former GE Vice Chairman. So that's all. Thank you. That's all the coverage of the chapter 8, which the leader manager as a creator of teaching and learning. So we need to apply this okay, as a conclusion, we need to apply these steps or tips on how to become a leader or manager, to become a good leader in the future, or also a teacher. So we need to enhance and practice what are experiences, because those experiences may lead to success. Okay, that's all. Thank you.